everyone. Welcome back to Daily Speak Podcast. I'm Emma.
And I'm Alex. We're really happy you're here with us again.
Today's conversation is about something we all have, a morning routine. Some people wake up full of energy and ready to start the day, while others need a little more time before they feel awake.
I definitely belong to the second group. I've never understood those people who jump out of bed at 6 in the morning with a huge smile on their faces. I always wonder, what's their secret?
Maybe they just go to bed earlier than you do.
That's probably true. I always tell myself I'll sleep early, but then I start watching videos, checking my phone, or reading something online. Before I know it, it's already midnight.
I used to do exactly the same thing. Then I realized that my mornings were becoming stressful because I was always tired. So I started putting my phone away about 30 minutes before going to bed. It wasn't easy at first, but it really helped me sleep better.
That's actually a good habit. The first thing I usually do after waking up is turn off my alarm, and then spend another 5 minutes trying to convince myself to get out of bed. Those 5 minutes somehow become 10.
I think everyone has done that at least once. You open one eye, look at the clock, and start doing the math. If I get up now, I'll have enough time. If I stay in bed for 5 more minutes, I'll still be fine. Then suddenly you're running around the house because you're late.
Exactly. And somehow, I always believe that tomorrow will be different. Every night I say, tomorrow I'll wake up early, exercise, make a healthy breakfast, and have a perfect morning. Then the alarm rings, and all those plans disappear.
I think that's why it's important to keep your routine simple. You don't have to wake up at 5 in the morning or follow a perfect schedule. Even small habits can make a big difference. For example, drinking a glass of water after waking up, opening the window for some fresh air, or spending a few minutes planning your day.
I like that idea. Sometimes we think we need to completely change our lives overnight. But in reality, improving one small habit at a time is much easier. And those small habits slowly become part of your daily routine. I have to admit something. I don't really feel like myself until I've had my first cup of coffee. I can answer simple questions before that, but if someone asks me to make an important decision at 7 in the morning, my brain just refuses to cooperate.
So coffee is basically part of your personality?
At this point, I think it is. It's not even about the caffeine anymore. I just enjoy the whole routine. Making the coffee, sitting quietly for a few minutes, and slowly waking up. It gives me a calm start instead of rushing into the day.
I understand that. I'm more of a tea person, but I feel the same way. I don't like checking emails or social media the moment I wake up. I'd rather enjoy a peaceful breakfast first. Even 10 quiet minutes can completely change my mood.
That's something I'm still working on. The first thing I usually do is pick up my phone. I tell myself I'm only going to check the time. Then suddenly I'm reading messages, watching videos, and 20 minutes have disappeared.
I think that's happened to almost everyone. Our phones make it very easy to lose track of time. Sometimes we don't even realize how much time we've spent scrolling.
Exactly. And then I start wondering why my morning feels so rushed. The answer is usually right there, on my phone screen.
At least you're honest about it. That's the first step to changing a habit. One thing I never skip is breakfast. I don't always have a big meal, but I like eating something before I start working. Otherwise, I lose my energy very quickly.
I'm completely different. Sometimes I'm not even hungry when I wake up. I'll just have a coffee and then eat something a couple of hours later. I know it's not the healthiest habit, but that's how I've always been.
Everyone has a different routine, and that's okay. The important thing is finding a routine that works for you, not copying someone else's schedule. These days, social media is full of videos showing the perfect morning routine. Sometimes they look inspiring, But sometimes they also make people feel like they're doing everything wrong.
I was just thinking about that. You watch someone wake up at 5 in the morning, go for a run, read a book, meditate, cook a perfect breakfast, and answer emails, all before 7 o'clock. Meanwhile, I'm still trying to decide if I should get out of bed.
Exactly. Real life doesn't always look like those videos. Some mornings are productive, some mornings are messy, and that's completely normal.
I think people forget that. Having one slow morning doesn't mean you're lazy. It just means you're human.
You know what's funny? No matter how carefully I prepare the night before, something unexpected always happens in the morning. I'll choose my clothes, pack my bag, and even set 2 alarms. Then somehow, I'm still looking for my keys 5 minutes before I have to leave.
Why is it always the keys? They're always in the last place you think to look. I've spent 10 minutes searching for my keys before, only to realize they were in my hand the whole time.
I've done something even worse. One morning I was in such a hurry that I walked out of the house wearing 2 different socks. I didn't notice until someone pointed it out later that day.
No way. Did they at least match a little?
Not at all. One was black and the other one had bright blue stripes. There was no excuse. I just laughed and said, "Well, I guess I started a new fashion trend."
That's actually a good recovery. I would have been embarrassed.
At first I was, but then I realized everyone makes silly mistakes sometimes. Most people forget about them after a few minutes anyway. Luckily, mornings like that don't happen every day. Most of the time, once I finally find everything I need and step outside, I feel much more relaxed.
I know exactly what you mean. For me, leaving the house feels like pressing the reset button. No matter how busy the morning was, I try to enjoy those first few minutes before my day really begins. Once I'm finally ready, I really enjoy the walk to work or school. Even if it's only 10 or 15 minutes, it helps me clear my mind before the day begins. I usually listen to music or a podcast, and it puts me in a much better mood.
I feel the same way. I used to think that every minute in the morning had to be productive. Now I actually appreciate those quiet moments. You don't always have to be doing something. Sometimes it's enough to simply enjoy the fresh air and think about the day ahead.
Exactly. People often believe that a successful morning has to be perfect, but I don't think that's true. You don't need a fancy routine or expensive habits. Sometimes success is just waking up, getting ready, and starting your day with a positive attitude.
I couldn't agree more. And honestly, every morning is a fresh start. Yesterday might not have gone as planned, but today is another chance to do a little better. I think that's a nice way to look at it.
It really is. We all have busy days, stressful mornings, and moments when nothing goes according to plan. But that's completely normal. The important thing is not giving up because of one bad morning. Just take a deep breath, keep going, and remember that tomorrow is another opportunity. After talking about all of this, I think there's no such thing as a perfect morning routine. Everyone is different, and that's completely okay.
I agree. I used to compare my mornings to other people's, but then I realized that what works for someone else might not work for me.
Exactly. The goal isn't to have a perfect routine. It's to start your day feeling calm, comfortable, and ready for whatever comes next.
And we should stop putting so much pressure on ourselves. Some mornings go well, and some don't. That's just part of life.
Small habits make a bigger difference than trying to change everything at once.
This conversation has inspired me. Tomorrow, I'm going to get out of bed a little earlier. Or at least try.
That's a great start. We hope you enjoyed today's conversation and learned some useful English along the way.
Before we go, here's our question for you. What's one thing you always do every morning? Tell us in the comments.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and join us next week for another English conversation. Bye.
Bye.